YouTube. We're gonna continue and we're gonna break ground with song tutorials. What we're gonna do first is Don't Let Me Walk Too Far from Calvary, which has been so readily renamed as we often do in Christ's Gospel to help me to run. Y'all know that's the one we typically come out with on the track from the CD after prayer. If you have Bridal Praise 2, it's in the key of C. Brother Christy and the band, they're in the key of C on it. On the CD that we have for prayer, though, it's in the key of G. All the songs are in G. And that works well with our song leader's range. Now, again, I'm going to be with these song tutorials. I'm going with the way that we play them, and in many cases, that also happens to be the original way that the song was written. So, again, I'm going to try and play the melody and then fill in the chords. All this being said, I am assuming that you've watched all the other introductory videos on theory, because I'll probably be explaining, or not really explaining, but just mentioning a few things that I'm playing. And if you don't know what I'm referring to, then you might be a little bit confused, and I don't want that. So I would say at this point, if anything, is still unsure, go back and check it out. But we're going to be in the key of G. And this song doesn't have too many off chords or things that are just jarring. It's pretty simple. It was written by Dotrie Rambo. So we're going to start in the key of G. In my own personal playing, again, I'll say this before I start, and I don't mean to belabor the point. I am almost hesitant to show how I play some songs, because I don't want that to be taken as the end all be all that is. I don't want it, and it's not really so much about, I feel like people like copy me or whatever, but add yourself to whatever it is that you're doing musically. Whatever it is, add you. People don't want to hear me. They want to, when they're listening to you, they want to hear you when they're listening to you. So I may add a lot of add nines and stuff. I'll try to play it the bare, just bone skeleton primitive way, and then go back and then try to make it a little bit more fluid. So we'll start off with that one. Don't Let Me Walk Too Far from Calvary. So here we go. So Don't Let Me Walk Too Far from Calvary. I'm gonna play a simple bass line with the melody, and so hopefully you'll be able to follow along. It starts off, we're in the key of G. This is the verse. Chorus. also at the end, you can also you go to the C and go to the G. There was another chord in there that you could also have gone to that we do. I'm going to try and play the verse and the chorus again very simply, but with full chords. So here we go. I'm going to try and play through it now. Kind of. Let's take that once again. We're on the verse. If I can only see. We've got the F / G at the F, and I've added the C down here with the G and the bass. See him. And the bass walks up. Okay, so let's take that one more time. If I can only see. I've heard some people go to an F here with either the F in the bass or the C down here. That's typically what I do when I play it. If I can only see you, and then come back to the C. F here with the C in the bass, and then C. Distant cross. And then I usually do an A7 here, leading to a D7. Sometimes, every now and again, you know, it just kind of depends. Y'all know. Let's take that one more time. If I can only see hanging on a distant cross. Between two common things, C, spat upon G and R. Same thing all over again. The F over G. And some people go to an A minor here. And then major. D7. And rocking back. They kind of, the reason I will rock back a lot of times is because that's the bass part. If you're familiar with, you know, hymn songs of that nature, they kind of, the bass player will kind of rock back and forth. Then I can be what he wants. And sometimes I won't put that F sharp there. I'll play a C over D. Wants me, and I'll put the I gotta have that C, E, F sharp, and B. He wants me, and sometimes I'll make it a B over D. Me to be to C, and then back to G. Let's take that verse once again. I see you hanging on a distant cross. Between two common things, spat upon and on G, the F over G. You got the F over C, A minor, major, A major, can be A minor. He wants me to be C, and then back to G. Chorus. to run, sing it however you want to sing. Now let's look at that. I'm going to sing the original lyrics just because it's ingrained in my head from years of listening to Brother Christie. On that part, you can either, let me walk. And again, if you don't have hands to be able to reach, which is not a huge, reach, but you can just keep the C chord and walk your pinky up and to the A, and then put the G in second inversion. Or you can walk up with an E in the bass, D with an F sharp in the bass, and then come to the root position G. So what I'm gonna do here, take this G down a half step, and then down again. Makes it a major 7, and then come to F to C. And then I'm gonna put a C over D, and resolve it to the D. It's in second inversion. C over D. Gifts. C chord. Let's take that once again. C over D. Resolve it. C to G. Same thing. Same thing. Walking that F sharp down again. D, A minor, D again, and then C over D. Or you can make it that make it the major with the flat 5, however you want to do it. And then we've got an A minor over C going to G. So we're going to pick up at the Don't Let Me Forget. Don't let me forget the day you died for me. Oh, I pray, don't let me stray too far from Calvary. Go back to the verse. I'm going to play it my way. basically pretty simple. Just those few chord progressions. Once you get those chord progressions, everybody wants to learn the fill-ins and all get the chord progressions. Be able to play the melody in the right hand along with the chord changes. If you can't, get the melody down, get the chords down, work those inversions in there. Like I said, sometimes, it's a little bit tedious to have to go from root position to root position to root position. Find those inversions where, if you got to go to C, maybe you don't need to go to a root position C. Maybe you can do a C in first inversion and fit that melody line in there. Some people I've noted, they get by, they don't play the melody at all they do is play the chords, but it still fits, and because that's the lead singer's job. I just do it so you can hear it and how it goes. But some people just play the simple chords. As far as fill-ins, that one's not too difficult to try and come up with fill-ins, but if you'd like some, just for your, I guess, personal enjoyment, I was adding a few add nines in there. And I mean, it's a country song, basically. Just a little, maybe just opening up to, if you're on a C chord, going to that F, or catching the F really quickly, or catching the C really quickly. If you're on the G chord, or if you're on the D chord, going to catching that G in second inversion. Again, if you're not going to play the melody, and it would just be a little bit boring though to, if I can only see him hanging on the cross. And again, I'm not being funny. I have heard I've heard a variety of people play this song. I've heard some interesting arrangements, shall we say, of all these songs that I'll be posting. And again, you don't have to be. Typically, that song is a prayer song, so you're not going to be very busy. But it does help if you can add a few fill-ins, just because you don't want it to be boring. You want to have a little interest, and just catching those little, chords in there may. Just catching those little, it just adds a little bit, or adding that 9. Adding the 9 on the C. Or even, if I could only see. All I'm doing is, dying between it just adds a little, a little lilt, and just gives it just a little bit of life, just to keep it moving and it's not stagnant. Just little things like that. Feel free to experiment. I mean, practice. That's all I could say. But that's basically the gist of Don't Let Me Walk Too Far from Calvary. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I made sense. Again, I'm not really calling out too many chords, just those that were a little bit off, and, feel free to walk up to different notes. That's what I was doing, rocking back and forth. If you don't have a bass player, you might want to learn, that little rocking technique, when I was going to D, the A minor, back to D, to A minor, little things like that. If I was in G, I would have G, and then I would keep G in my right hand, or if I was walking down that F sharp. learning that little rocking technique can help to keep it, keep it still moving. Again, I think that's pretty much everything. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. Stay tuned for the next video. Thanks.